Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phixem, and welcome back to the channel. Just want to jump on and give you guys some of my first impressions about Destiny 2. I think the game is great. I think it's good. I'm enjoying it. I've put in at least about 20 some odd hours since the standard edition is dropped. I did not get. I don't know if it's the gold edition or something like that, or whatever edition it's called. Can't remember. But I did not purchase that. I just reserved it because the game gave me enough reviews, and I saw a lot of the early stuff, which is actually kind of cool. Some of the people got the game sooner, so I was able to see a lot of reviews early and be able to come up with a judgment for myself early. And I saw a lot of great stuff, which then prompted me to reserve the game, and thus we have what I believe to be a pretty good product. A pretty good product. But that being the case, there are a few things within the game that I've seen in my 20 plus hours of gameplay since it's been out that kind of stand out a little bit. So let's take that apart and let's talk about that as I got some stuff written down here. All right, so pros and cons. I'm gonna separate these two and just talk about some of the pros, some of the cons. The cons that I have, nothing is game breaking. This is just things that I've seen as of now. So, and as the time I am recording this, there is a server maintenance update going on right now, East Coast Standard Time at about 5:15. So, some of these issues could very well be fixed by this video comes out. This is just my experience as the game goes along. Okay, first, NPCs rubber banding. Sometimes with NPCs, when you say if you get in a gunfight and they're on the ledge, one of the things that I've noticed, and it happens, I'm not going to say often, but it happens enough for me to notice it. When they try to jump off a ledge, you can see them like flick between being on the ledge and being actually on the ground, and it's kind of like they go back and forth and rubber band back and forth. The biggest problem with that is if I'm shooting them, I can't really aim. I don't know what to aim at. Another thing that I've saw was NPCs that freeze, because you'll interact with a lot of NPCs. Sometimes when you're shooting them and they'll shoot back. Sometimes the NPC will actually freeze, but they'll still shoot you. But I think I've only actually experienced that maybe 1 or 2 times. The first being the rubber banding issue of them jumping off ledges that seems to not register correctly. Of what happens. Another thing, the rescue missions. Some of the missions that pop around when you need to rescue some of your own team. One of the it's not necessarily anything that gets in the way of you actually playing the game. But when you do some of the rescue missions, I notice when you get the key to take the hostages out of the room, I've never actually seen that room load in properly. That room is always buggy. I mean, I guess if all the things are loading buggy, it's a side mission you really don't need to do. That you really actually don't even need to go inside. You just need to open it. Mission's done. Boom. But for the conversation, I figured we need to talk about those. Another thing also is the menu glitches. It's not so much there's a whole lot of menu glitches. Like for instance, if I want to go and look at my character and maybe look at some cosmetics, depending on what my character is doing, like if he's leaning against a wall, when I go into the actual mission, like clothes and stuff to put it on him to preview it, it'll actually still keep him leaned against the wall, and sometimes I can't necessarily see what's on my person and how he looks and stuff like that. Another thing is the menu doesn't necessarily crop well all the time when you pause the game and stuff like that. When you pause it and you try to look at progression, sometimes a part of the progression screen next to the character screen actually cut off, and it's slightly frustrating. But again, it's something that I can overlook in hence of everything else. The only thing that I think is a problem that I've only had once, and I had to restart the game, was some of the textures when you go to different areas don't load in properly. Sometimes you'll see them start to load in and then they'll stop. And I had one occasion when I first downloaded the game where one area just would not load in. It just wouldn't load in. I had to, hard stop the game, restart it, and proceed through it again, and everything worked fine. But over 20 hours of gameplay, that's the only thing that's actually happened that I can say on record that has been a hindrance, and I've actually forgot all about it. I almost forgot, to write some of the stuff down. Now, on to the positives, because oh my gosh, there are a lot of positives to this game. First of all, I am loving Division 2. I love this game, even with the negatives, because they're not game breaking. It doesn't impact the story. The missions are fluid. It's fun. Kind of wish my character talks, but that's okay. I like the customization, even though I kind of wish I can go into a little bit more detail with my guy. I like the fact that how my guy looks. I like what he does. It is fun. Oh my gosh, the game is generally fun, and I've been playing solo. Since the game started. I'm 19 levels in, and I've just been playing solo, and I have been enjoying myself. You do have to work a little bit harder, but I feel like it's fun. Like, even the way you use cover in this game, the way you use cover is smart. Just giving some of the points. You have to use cover smart. You can't just go out there and you cannot run and gun, regardless at what level. You run out there and you shoot aimlessly and you just take shots just to take shots, you will die. And I appreciate that. I also appreciate the AI in this game. The AI in this game is smart. It is smart. They will push you when you're weak. They will flank you when you're at different positions. The people who will push up on you are people that are supposed to push up on you. The AI is intelligent. They're not just bullet sponges that just stand there and just let you just, dump a bunch of rounds on them and stuff like that. Unless they're one of the tanky guys who it's kind of hard to move, that do a lot of melee stuff, the gold bar enemies. Outside of that, that is very, very technically sound. The guns in this game and the recoil on these guns and the accuracy, I feel like do a great job. As somebody who shoots guns, and with my job, I qualify with different guns every year: shotguns, pistols, and rifles. You feel the recoil. You feel like the guns function like they should function. Like it looks good. It feels good. The story itself is nice. Like the way they feed into the environment and the way how they talk about this this green virus that goes around, in some of the things that had happened with the locals and how it hurts people and how it affects different situations going on. Some of the collectibles that you pick up about the guy who created the green virus, that talks about what he plans on doing next and what he's not going to be doing. It's all great. Like, it builds into this environment. But I think, like, some of the best part that actually will say that Ubisoft has done so well and Massive has done so well is they've knocked down some of the they've knocked down, like, the fun factor in this game. There's so much to do and so many side missions to do and so many other things. Like, I haven't touched the side missions since I played this game, by the way. I have not touched one. The only thing I've done is do settlements and do main story, and that's it. And I'm already at level 19 because I'm kind of saving side missions until I get mid 20 or so. But the game is fun. Like, I have so many resources. I feel like I can play really good as a solo player. It's a little bit challenging, but the challenge is good. Like, it can be difficult, but it's like a good difficult. Like, you look forward to the challenge. So I think above all and everything else that goes on with this game, I have to give Ubisoft its credit. Ubisoft is notorious for pulling the wool over our eyes in E3, but Division 2 is a great game. Right now, as it stands, Division 2 delivers on what it's supposed to deliver. Like, I'm having so much fun with this. I don't want to put it down. I really don't want to play anything else. And it's a very fun game. I recommend it to everybody who's into looter shooters. If this is what you like looter shooters, you like grinding for gear, you like going through, whether it be solo or whether it be with a team, I think this is a great game for you. I feel like you don't have to have a team of people to jump on here and enjoy yourself. And like, you can, and I haven't play it with I haven't played with either one other person yet. Like, I've just been enjoying myself. But I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I'm having fun. I just wanted to be clear that I am having fun. This game is very much enjoyable, and I'm going to be playing it more. Only reason I actually jumped off is just because of the maintenance, the server maintenance, which hopefully I want to see how long it's going to be down. Hopefully it won't be long, but I plan on jumping back on it soon. So that's all the thoughts that I have about the Division 2. I think this game is great. I think you should get it. It's fun. But that's all the time I have for today. I will see you guys in the next episode. And until the next time, peace.